Alright guys, Forsaken finally did it with the new update is releasing very soon. We've got a surprise reveal for Azure End to Time, Blue Dude's potential returning animations, and much more. Let's get into it! Something huge has just happened with the upcoming Forsaken update, because we finally have one of the biggest signs yet that it's almost ready to release. Forsaken has officially revealed the brand new game icon for the update, and whenever the developers start changing things like the icon, it usually means the update is entering its final stages. At this point, it's looking very likely that we'll be seeing the update release sometime next week. However, don't expect the release date to be announced just yet. The Die of Death update is scheduled to release later today, so Forsaken will most likely wait until that's out of the way before revealing their own launch date. Instead, the developers have confirmed that tomorrow we'll be getting a brand new chase-themed visualizer. The visuals were created by Speeds, and Lexi produced the LMS between Azure End to Time. What's even more interesting is that the developers teased there will be a special surprise at the very end of the visualizer. Naturally, this has everyone wondering what it could be. A lot of players believe that Surprise will finally reveal the official release date for the Azure update, while others think it could be another major teaser or even an unexpected announcement that no one is predicting. Either way, tomorrow is shaping up to be one of the biggest days we've had for Forsaken in quite a while. On top of that, the developers have also revealed the name Aspen, which has sparked a huge amount of discussion throughout the community. At first, many players assumed Aspen was Azure's real name after waiting nearly a year for more information. However, another popular theory is that Aspen could actually be To Time's real name instead. After all, To Time is clearly more of a nickname than an actual name. So many fans believe Aspen fits To Time better than with it being for Azure. Right now, neither theory has been officially confirmed, but it's definitely one of the biggest mysteries surrounding the update. Interestingly, if you remember last year, Noli was released around this same time, which has led some players to wonder if history could repeat itself with Azure. While a surprise release tomorrow seems unlikely, it definitely feels like we're finally entering the final stretch. With the new icon revealed, a visualizer arriving tomorrow, and a surprise announcement being teased, everything is pointing toward the Azure update releasing very soon, whether that's next week or possibly next Friday. Are you ready for the biggest Forsaken update yet? One of the biggest surprises from the July 4th update wasn't just all the new skins that released, but the huge backlash surrounding Slasher's brand new Uncle Sam skin. Before it even officially came out, players were convinced it belonged to either Nosferatu or the Stalker because of how similar the face looked. Once the update finally released, though, everyone realized it was actually a Slasher skin, and the reactions weren't exactly what the devs were hoping for. At first, players were excited to unlock it, especially after discovering it even came with its own voice lines. However, that excitement didn't last long. A lot of the community quickly started calling the skin ugly, saying it wasn't intimidating at all and just looked like Stalker in a suit. The criticism became so widespread that many people immediately started asking for the skin to be replaced altogether. This situation is actually very similar to what happened with the redesigned Easter Ripper skin. When it first released, players hated how different it looked compared to the classic Easter Ripper design, which was something players wanted to return since it first released in 2024. It eventually became known as one of the most disliked skins in Forsaken, and now history seems to be repeating itself. The creator of the skin, Bell's Necrosis, has even spoken about the backlash, saying they're frustrated because instead of giving constructive feedback on what could be improved, many players simply insulted the skin without explaining what they actually disliked. While it's understandable that not everyone will enjoy every skin, there's definitely a difference between criticism and simply telling someone their work is bad. Fortunately, it looks like the devs have already listened to the feedback. A completely new remodel is already on the way, and players are saying it's a massive improvement over the current version. The redesign appears to take inspiration from President's Day and give Slasher a much more intimidating appearance. We've even seen the updated model, including a brand new weapon where the machete features a pointing up finger on the end. The skin has also been renamed Builder Sam, which it seems to be based on Builderman's classic Roblox avatars and fits the theme much better than the original design. In fact, some players still want the first version to become a Nosferatu skin because of how similar it looked. Interestingly, this appears to be the only July 4th skin receiving a remodel, while every other skin from the update will remain unchanged. Was it worth redesigning this skin? One thing a lot of players have completely forgotten about is Blue Dude's scrapped animations. Before the Sixer update released, Blue Dude actually received a completely new set of animations that were found in-game by players. However, not long after they were revealed, they suddenly disappeared without ever making it into the game, and since then we've heard almost nothing about them. The biggest reason these animations were removed was because they received a huge amount of backlash from the community. Many players thought they looked way too goofy, silly, and honestly just stupid compared to what they expected from the skin. While some people found them funny, a lot of others believed they didn't fit Blue Dude at all and immediately wanted them gone. Because of all the criticism, the developers ended up removing them before they could ever officially release. At the same time, it's important to remember that these animations weren't actually finished. Some of the animations, like his walk speed override, still wasn't done, so it looked slightly off simply because they were still a work in progress, so it's possible players judged them too early before they had been properly polished. If those same animations had received more work, smoother movement, and a redesign, the reaction from the community could have been completely different. What's interesting is that Blue Dude was always designed to be the goofy version of Cool Kid in the first place. The skin isn't supposed to be intimidating or serious, so having exaggerated animations actually fits the personality the developers were aiming for. That's why some players are still disappointed they never returned, because those animations would have helped make Blue Dude feel much more unique instead of just being another Cool Kid reskin. It also reminds me of all the other Cool Kid redesigns, updated animations, and concepts that we've seen over the past year but still haven't received in-game. With the Azure update expected to bring plenty of Cool Kid-related content, many players are hoping some of those older ideas finally return. Unfortunately, Blue Dude's animations seem to have been forgotten entirely, and after nearly a year of silence, it's hard to tell whether they're still being worked on at all. Personally, I think retouching, polishing, and redesigning those animations before finally releasing them would be the best solution. They would stay true to Blue Dude's goofy personality, while also addressing the criticisms that caused them to be removed in the first place. Should these animations finally make a comeback? Now, another thing that completely caught people off guard is a potential collaboration with Sol's RNG. Isaac recently asked players if anyone had contacts within the Sol's RNG team, which immediately sparked speculation that the two games could actually be working together on some sort of crossover in the future. While nothing has officially been confirmed yet, Isaac did mention that cool stuff is being made, making many players believe this is much bigger than just adding a single skin. The biggest theory right now revolves around a potential illusionary Noli skin. If you've ever played Sol's RNG, you'll know that Illusionary is one of the most iconic and difficult auras to obtain, only appearing within the cyberspace biome. Because of that, many players believe this would be the perfect inspiration for a Forsaken skin, especially considering how unique the aura already looks. However, this has also raised a lot of questions about how players would actually unlock it. Some believe you will have to try and roll it or even do a boss fight for it instead. Since Illusionary is considered one of the rarer auras in the game, many are expecting this collaboration to be much harder than previous crossover rewards like getting Treadstone John Doe in Battlebricks, although nothing currently suggests that's how the collab will actually work. The Illusionary aura is tied to the Dissociation achievement and has a base rarity of 1 in 10 million. While there are guides that can speed up the process, simply trying to roll it will take even a year to get. Because of that, Many players are worried they'll have to spend hours grinding just for a chance at unlocking the skin, assuming that's even how the collab ends up working. Despite all of that, it definitely looks like the collab is still moving forward if development continues behind the scenes. So it's about to be crazy in Forsaken very soon. Are you prepared for this massive update? Subscribe and hit the bell for more Forsakening it.